Hello and welcome to another episode of Flying High with Flutter. I'm your host, Alan Wyma. Today I'm with Vedran Balagović. Hopefully I didn't say it too bad this time.
No, it was good. It was great.
Great. He's the creator of an interesting game called Chill Dude, right? So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm very curious. We were talking a little bit before the show about so you're in Croatia, right?
Yes.
And in Croatia, we were talking this kind of like a somewhat of a community of game developers. And obviously I called out, it's probably the most famous one. It would be Serious Sam.
Yeah, sure.
Croatia. The interesting part about the Serious Sam one is they built their own engine, I think from scratch, right? Because they couldn't even afford a decent game engine at that time.
Yeah, I think that is, and also I think that they have also a new game that's called Scum. I think it's called Scum. That's what I was trying to.
Oh, Scum is them too? SCUM, right?
Yes, it is. It is Crow Team, so it is the game. Yeah, and also we have a Friendly Fire franchise here in Croatia, in Zagreb, that people are having like arenas that are in where they play games and stuff. So I would say it's popular here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Croatia is such a small country, I think, compared to others, and barely ever talked about. I think. I mean, it's hard to meet, I think, Croatian people on the street in places, right? I mean, outside of Croatia, obviously, right? I meet a lot of
Yeah.
French people. I meet a lot of people from UK, Italy, all countries, but I don't really hear so much about Croatia. It's very kind of like a tucked away, very quiet, but it's a very beautiful place.
Yeah, actually, Croatia is mostly known for the holidays, like many
Vacation spot,
people
right?
from, yeah, vacation spot. We have Mediterranean Sea, like it is the one of the most beautiful coasts that you have. Like we have thousands of islands and everything. So we have really beautiful nature and we have many tourists. I think that tourism is actually like the main branch in the country. So people do often hear from for the Croatia, but I don't know if so much Croatians are living outside. Although in the past few years the people are starting to go out, mainly in the Ireland. I think Ireland, Germany, Austria, and so like these European countries, since we are now in the European Union and also Schengen from this year.
Yes. Well, I mean, why would you want to leave if you're in the vacation spot, right? I mean, if you live in a vacation area, it seems like the place to stay, no?
Yes, in that terms, absolutely. But uh, just because it's like vacation area, it tends to be expensive, especially on the Mediterranean. So people don't have enough money to live a decent life here. So they're searching the better life outside. Maybe not the best commercial for Croatia, but this is.
Well, Croatia, I mean, they're starting. I mean, they have talent too, right? So, you were just talking before the show is that you just met with the guy who created Beamer, right?
Yes. Sandro Lonički. Yes, actually, the Flutter community in Croatia, I would say it's pretty great. They have regular meetups, and there are many people that create some packages or put like creating posts on Medium and also some code on GitHub, like examples and stuff. So I think it's very nice, and actually they're all very warming, but not just the Croatia. I noticed that I'm in the developing for 5-6 years now, maybe more, but never until the Flutter community I actually found a community that is so welcoming and helpful about everything. Like when I made a chill dude, I used the Flame engine from Flutter. So I had a few questions and I actually popped up to the Discord and talked with the guys from the Blue Fire that creates this, especially Lucas. I saw that you had him on the show also, and they are all very glad to help you and everything. So it's a really nice community.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, it's amazing that when you can reach out to people and they're more than willing to, talk with you and help you out in your problems. That's definitely true. There's quite a few communities like that, but I don't know. Yeah, Flutter is definitely a very welcoming one. That's kind of part of the core, right?
Yeah.
I think there's very few like recently developed languages or frameworks that are like negative towards people. Maybe that's a
Okay.
PHP thing. I don't know. I don't know of any actually.
I do come from the PHP background, so
So is that true then? Is PHP community a little bit harsh sometimes?
I don't know, it's harsh. It's maybe just not so, maybe because the population is older also, like, so people are not so into like, let's make a party about it and talk about everything. It's maybe just like everybody does his thing, and it's more like that, probably.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I guess with the older the language, the more people you'll have, and then the more diversity you're going to have. And
Yeah.
they've been trying to make PHP into some weird thing, in my opinion. Like PHP has become more like Java, and with all the kind of class structures and everything else that they have.
Yeah, it is, but it also like receives a lot of hate, and I'm not really sure. Basically, developing like toward developing things, I think that you can basically take any language and use it in a good way or use it in a bad way. So basically, every language has its own like place in the IT community. So honestly, I don't think that PHP is a bad language, and also there is like thousands, millions of web pages created and a backend created with PHP, and they work okay. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily evil like people are like trying to represent it a lot. So maybe it's if it's misused, then but okay.
Maybe misunderstood. I mean, PHP is it is a very old language. The one of the weird things for me is if you have a language where the creator steps away or even wants nothing to do with it. I think the creator of PHP is like, I don't want to, like, I have nothing to do with PHP nowadays. Um, but I don't know what the history is. It's a little bit weird, I think, but there's probably a good reason for it.
Like everything else, like programming languages are also upgrading with every living day. If you are in IT nowadays, it's like it's not like maybe like 7 years ago when you actually learn the language and then just use it for 2 or 3 years. It's progressing very fast, and I think like today I don't know if actually even anybody uses the PHP like Crow, or basically I think that all people are using frameworks like Laravel or Symfony, and regarding that they're probably know more about the frameworks themselves but like than PHP like the language. So it's kind of it's starting to be messed up, I think, for the new developers to actually know the core language behind all of these like pre-configured classes, and so yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah, I understand. PHP is kind of a, if you look at the code of it, it's a little bit strange because it has a weird history. Like the names of some functions are not really standardized. So I mean, it's just baggage, right? It's been like what 30 years or something. It's been out there. I don't know how long
Actually,
it's been.
I don't know either.
Maybe longer. Yeah, like really old. So I think even before Apache, I had to fix that. But in any case, what brought you over to Flutter, by the way?
uh, well, for like 4 or 5 years, I worked like as a full stack developer. I worked with Laravel and Vue.js mostly. And then, like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, somewhere in the internet space, I like started to read about Flutter, and I always wanted to be able to make application for the mobile phones because I thought it's like web is coming down, like just the new population are coming, the younger kids, nobody uses laptop anymore, they're all just hanging out on the mobile phone. So, and I actually wanted to learn the mobile development, so I tried actually Vue native since I worked with you, and I also tried the Android Kotlin, and like it was too much work for me in that moment to switch like for only one platform. And then when I saw Flutter, I just needed to try it. And for somebody who is coming from the web background, it's so easy and so smooth to make transition. And yeah, that was like I fell in love with it on the first sight. So I made the first app.
What was your first app?
Actually, my first app was we in our company that I work with, QED. Actually, we got some I think it was the lotto results application. We made a we were working for the actually lotto rolls was the name. It was actually a platform where you can play various lotteries, but then they wanted just like a mobile app when you can see a score, like the results of the previous lotteries. And actually, somebody else made it. I can't remember the name, but I remember that the Flutter version was 1.2, I think. And actually, they asked us as if we can like take over that. And I was, yeah, sure, why not? And I tried there. I learned Flutter actually on that application. I don't know how it's called though. I don't know if it's even alive anymore. So yeah, that was the first like just some lottery results. Yeah, lottery results.
And this you said this is for a client project, right?
Yeah, this was for the client project. I don't think there was actually the web or the no Linux, no Windows, no Mac. I think support back then.
Yeah. How long ago was you said? How many years ago was this?
I think 2.5. I remember just the Flutter version was 1.2, 1.22.
Oh
I
wow,
think.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely some time ago, right? Seems like we get a whole major version very quickly. Within about a year, I think we went to two, like 1 to 2 to 3 very quickly.
Yeah, and I think the 4 is like very near now. So basically, it's even hard to keep in like loop with older applications that are still like live. So
I just hope we don't turn into like Angular, where it's like every week is like a huge new version. So I don't know what Angular is nowadays. Is like 1,000 or something. I don't know.
yeah,
It's been a while since I looked at it.
I actually think that the Flutter is like maybe near to a stable version of the like all platforms, very near. So it would be brilliant if like we have Flutter number 5 and it's full stable. So it would be cool. But I saw that they're changing the compiler engine and stuff. So who knows where this will lead?
Yeah, like you said, I think they're doing like a lot of what I would call plumbing, right? So underneath the hood, they're trying to make things faster. Like they have the Impeller engine that's
Yes,
only
yes.
available for iOS. So that sounds cool. You saw the latest Flutter forward, right?
Actually, I didn't. We had a client meeting and I wasn't.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
You got to see that. So because they had this really cool demo where they used Impeller and they ran it on like an old iOS 5, I think it was. Sorry, iOS 5, iPhone 5. And they had this game there and it looked 3D. I don't know if it's like just isomorphic or was actually 3D, but they had like a 3D model that they think they made in Blender or something. They brought it in and they had like thousands of them in there. You saw that?
Yeah, no, I didn't, but possibly it could be 3D because I talked, as I said, with Lucas from the Flame, and I actually asked, like everybody else, asking when we will be able to use 3D models. And actually, he said that on the Impeller engine, it would be able for the Flame also to, but he told me, I think that he thinks like in 2 years maybe it will be stable for the platform. So yeah, it
Well, the demo they showed was very compelling, and it's got me really interested to take a look at it. The nice part about
now
Flutter
I'm
is,
interested.
yeah, well, I mean, the nice part about Flutter is it's pretty easy to do so many things with Flutter.
Yes, well, that is what was so brilliant with me. It is so simple. Especially as I said, I'm coming from the web background. I worked on the Android and Kotlin a bit, but from the web background, it's so easy to like switch to the because the whole logic is like made like if you made spa applications, it's basically the same. Like you have state management, routing, and that's it. Like widgets are like okay, we have HTML elements and CSS, so basically it's brilliant. It's very very easy to. And actually, for in the last time, I'm trying the all platforms, and it works brilliant. So I tried like now we are working on a mobile applications for a client. It's basically I don't know like some interface for the employees like HR and stuff. And actually it was intended to be made for iOS and Android, but actually we tried in the meanwhile on the run it on the web, run it on the as a Mac application on Mac OS, on the Windows. Actually it works great everywhere. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, definitely. So now I want to go back to video games, right? Have you ever worked on a video game before working with Flutter to make this?
Actually, I worked in a Unity. I don't know if when you start developing, you're always like eager to learn new stuff. You want to try. I don't know. When I try like mobile application, when I try the web application, the last thing that like was left for me is to try the video game. So I like try to create the 2D video game in the Unity, and actually it was similar to it. It was called Punky. It was like punk background in the music, and uh, it was basically also 2D. It were like platforms that were coming, and you were needed to hop, and it worked. But I never released it actually in the public because um, the it time consuming part actually for me there, because I didn't work with C sharp so much. It was basically the interface, which like on the Flutter now it was brilliant. I just like popped up these few functions for the game and like hit it in the Flutter application. So
Well, I mean, working with Unity before, did that give you a thorough understanding about some of the basics, so that way you're already like, I mean, like, how games work, so that it was easier for you to kind of understand what's going on?
yeah, absolutely. Like the Flame engine, actually, the whole logic behind the Flame engine is, I would say, the whole logic behind any game. You have like objects. Objects have some speed, velocity. They have like gravity. If you add them, they're in the whole concept of you having items in the space, and like they have their like position, they have speed and stuff like that. Yeah. Because that's the same in any engine. I would say just the maybe syntax is different, but the handling these objects is basically logic behind it. It's the same.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard for me to think about a game like this, because when I think about Flutter, I don't know. I feel like game logic is a little bit more linear, but maybe I'm wrong in the way that works, right? Because the way Flutter is very much event based, right? But games can function in the same way when you code them out, kind of very event based.
Yeah, because like how does the Flutter game functions? Basically, you have components. Everything in the Flame engines are components. They have like their position, their velocity, and stuff. And basically, you have update method, which Flame engine just renders every like milliseconds, and you just like act on this. You have like just reacting on the this delta time, so difference, but also you have like collisions. That's also in the Unity. When you have like collision between two objects, you have like callbacks or function when you can create like some dynamic or the gameplay behind this. But I mean, the main logic, as I said, is like, okay, we have objects that are moving, we have collisions, we have like, it's basically the same, I would say. Actually, I tried for that Zagorje DevCon that we had the last 2 weeks ago, I think. I actually tried to make a multiplayer game, also with a Flutter Flame, but okay, I didn't have time. But actually, I tried to go more deeper with the Flame and try to create Mortal Kombat game. If you played the Mortal Kombat, like the old game on the Sega, I don't know if you had that console, and basically it works well. Also, it is it was never finished, but I started to write article on Medium, and also there is links to the GitHub repo and the web version of the. You can actually play with someone, but there are two characters and you're both Sub-Zero. So
In the chill dude.
no, it is the Mortal Kombat I tried to make for the presentation. Yeah, no, in the chill dude, you're a chill dude. Or Dude Viking, or Dude Pirate, or Dude Extra Chill. We had introduced new characters. I don't know if you saw the latest version.
No, I haven't, but I did see updated recently. I think it's February 23rd.
Yeah,
This
we
is
we
quite recent.
actually did a major upgrade because we want to make more interesting. So we actually like added new characters that have special abilities. Like I don't know, Dude Viking can go through the snowy bricks. Dude Pirate can like gets 2 coins for every coin he collects, and also you can upgrade the weapon like to fire 2, 3, 4 rockets at once and stuff like that, just to make it more. We wanted to like try to close the cycle to create like the whole game. So we actually the ads, the in-app purchases, everything. We just wanted to like finish this up. Wrap. I think it looks pretty good. It has still few bugs, but since we are not working like on it on the work, but like in free time, it's okay.
No, this you're talking about the chill dude this time, right?
Yes.
For latest update. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm following correctly. So you said we, right? I thought this was all you. So there's more than one person working on chill dude.
No, basically, I don't know why I'm talking we. It's only me.
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
know
you said
because
we. I just wanna-
yeah, only thing that I said our UX designer actually developed the character Dude Pirate, and I think she just updated a Dude Viking a bit. That's it from the. Yeah. I don't know because it is under the company I work, so I said we all the time.
Oh, I see. So where did maybe you can kind of talk about the history of the chill dude, right? So where did this idea even come from?
Okay, yeah, sure. So basically, uh, I wanted to try to create the game with Flutter, and I honestly wanted to. I thought that I will create the game that I made with Unity also because it was fairly simple and just to try how it works. And then I sat one night and I needed to like try to make it, and I made it. Actually, I made the gameplay, the whole gameplay. So actually, in the first iteration, it was just okay. I want to try like okay, I can do the background. The background can have velocity, doesn't need to have velocity, so the background can move. Okay, the player can move. We have boundaries, so like okay, where he can move, and then basically okay, we have some objects to avoid to not get killed. And actually, this was the first iteration. We had just the objects that you needed to avoid, and like I sent it to the people. People were saying, "Okay, it's cool, like first 2 minutes, but then it gets boring." So after that, I introduced coins to collect coins to get level ups and stuff like that. Honestly, it was only it is still fairly simple, but it can be amusing, like in the free time when you need to kill like 5 or 10 minutes. Uh, I just wanted to try the flame game. I needed to try because I can't I need to try everything I see. So since I really do like Flutter, and now currently I'm working full time on Flutter and it's brilliant. I actually just wanted to make this game to try it, and actually, when I tried, okay, then was should we release it? Should I release it? Should I not release it? And basically, I just like 2 weeks ago, I made before that I made some kind of pre-setup for Flutter that is also publicly available. So I just wrap it in the pre-setup, and actually all things were set up: the ads, the in-app purchase, and stuff like that. So I shipped it in. I think it needed like 3 afternoons for the game, and later for this recent update, I spent 2 days on it. I think.
So I still want to make sure I understand the premise of chill dude, right? Because the description is a little bit interesting. It talks about like making sure you chill out, right? It's like makes you think like the game is there to calm you down if you're a frustrated person at the time.
Yeah, it's a bit sarcastic. Actually, it can be chilly, but you cannot get annoyed. You can get annoyed very fast. So it's actually like, can you keep calm? Like playing, stay calm and have fun. So it's like that. We actually introduced lives later, so maybe it's more chilly now than it was. Before that, you're like, okay, I need 1 gold to the level 20, and then just you die and don't have another life or anything. So it was it could be stressful.
So the point of the game is to collect these coins, is what I see.
Yeah, yeah. You collect coins, you get forward on the levels, and with each new levels there are like new prizes. The items are different, the bricks are going faster, and now you can collect the gold in the recent version, and I think every 3 levels you get a gold, and with the gold you can like upgrade your rockets, you can upgrade your character that have like special abilities and stuff like that. So as I said, we wanted to like make it a bit more complete.
Okay, but you keep saying we again, right? So you're mostly doing the designing at a high level yourself. Just the UX designers helping to do some of the.
Yeah. Basically, yes. I did the game, but I don't know why I'm still saying we. I just can't help myself.
Now, so it's both of you work in the same company, right? And you're just doing this in your free time?
Yeah. Actually, she's my girlfriend. Actually, so we are living together, and I just like, please, can you just do the one thing for me, like the dude pirate? I need a dude pirate, and she's always happy to help. So it was like that. Yeah, actually, we just wanted to like. I don't know. Sometimes when you work and we all developers work much, you want to have like fun with all of it. And sometimes are these side project that actually somebody said, how can you do this in the free time? Don't you like want to do something else? I don't know. I like programming. I like to develop stuff. I like to try new things. And actually, for me, this kind of stuff is very relaxing to do after work. It's fun.
What's kind of like the the kind of game plan with Chill Dude, right? Is there more updates coming in the pipeline, or is it kind of stable where it is?
It's mainly stable now. Okay, maybe there is one or two bugs that I'm aware of. Honestly, it is what it is for now. I don't think I'm going to develop it now further. I had some ideas, so basically, I'm not sure if I should implement it in the same game or like maybe create a series of like chill dudes. Like I don't know, like I want to make a multiplayer game with Chill Dude, but I'm not sure at this moment should it be multiplayer in this game or like made a similar game with similar characters, but it can be multiplayer, different gameplay. For now, this is it. Uh, but I don't know if people start to like play it or download it. If we had, I think we now have like 2,000 or 3,000 downloads, but if this like keeps growing or something, then definitely we should I should work more on that and create even more characters to keep the dynamic, to maybe change like worlds or something to keep the game interesting and add a more dynamic. But for now, if like there is no stable players, like if there are no people that are using it on a regular base or are not downloading it, I think it is it for now, except multiplayer.
But well, if you do the multiplayer, how are you going to do the connection between the different users? Because there's not going to be I mean, is it going to be like you pass to somebody else, or is it that you are both playing at the same time?
Actually, I had a few ideas. At first I wanted to like have two players on the same board, but I'm not sure. I wanted to make it with a WebSocket. I need to try it if it's fast enough, because it is, after all, a fast game. And other than that, I actually wanted to make. So now you can buy different characters, you can like upgrade characters and stuff like that. So I maybe like meant to create an arena where you can like battle against the other players, so you can customize your character and you can like win some new stuff and stuff like that. Basically, I was thinking between the real-time Firebase database, but I need to check the how fast it is and also costly. But mainly, when I did chat and stuff like that, I also used the WebSocket, like self-hosted server. So I think that will be the way it will go. I still need to decide about it.
Well, right now you're using Firebase for the back end at the moment, right?
Yes. It's all the Firebase. Actually, this is my first project that is fully Firebase, because uh, I don't know, since I'm like full stack, we always do the projects that backend is actually on some other platform. But we actually started to use a lot of the Firebase auth, since I said I used Laravel, and the Laravel has I mean, the Firebase has a PHP package there. You can actually very easy to use authentication. So in the Flutter, you use like Flutter package for the Firebase authentication, and on the backend, you just use the Firebase and it's really fast to connect and it works brilliant. So actually, it's good to combine because of I think because of the money and everything, the costs.
For the in-app purchases, I mean, how was that process? Was it pretty straightforward to do?
Actually, to us, this is the second app where I introduced in-app purchase. So basically, the first application that we made was exchange rate scanner, and there we actually use subscriptions. So first time when I like started to implement it, I was confused. I mean confused. I was intrigued because I think that many more of the tutorials are pointing to the revenue cat. I don't know if you heard for it. Yeah, basically it's a wrapper. Yeah, so I was like, okay, but if I'm trying it for the first time, I always like to try native solutions. Okay, it's easier to use maybe revenue cat after, but I wanted to try it. And for that first application, I use subscriptions and use the backend on the Laravel actually, and use the in-app purchase package for the Flutter. And here on the chill dude, actually, I used also in-app purchase. I went to like to try revenue cat, but I didn't like because there was some complications to test it on the Apple in the test flight. I don't know. There are some complications. I actually switched to the in-app purchases straightly forward. It's even easier for the products for consumables. For non-consumables, it's a bit harder because you need to add the restore purchase and stuff like that. But for the consumables, it's fairly easy. The hardest part actually was the I made the Firebase backend, and the code lab example is broken. So I actually fixed it and I opened PR, but nobody merged it. So, but I put it in the GitHub also if somebody will need to find it because you need to verify purchase. So this is on the Firebase functions actually. So it's fully on Firebase.
Oh, that's a little bit scary. I know I fixed something in somebody else's package, and the first thought I had was, is this actually a bug? Because I feel like I'm not that good of a developer, but at the time, actually, it looked like they didn't even hook up something. So I think somebody kind of coded it out and never really actually looked at it.
Yeah, this was fairly broken, and also I don't think I think it was for the Node 14 and some packages that were included in the Node actually doesn't support Node 14 anymore and stuff like that. Actually, it was yeah, it was fairly weird, but I managed to update everything and fixed it and push it. I would just like to them for them to merge it so it would be helpful for other people because as I've said, it many more time had went on this backend than I was actually in one moment I was thinking like should I just make the backend I had on the PHP, you know, it will be faster, but I wanted to try this so I have all the options when I need it in the future.
Well, if you were to create another backend for Flutter, would you go straight to PHP now after what you found out, or would you consider Firebase now?
Honestly, depending on the project, there are a lot of absolutely the authentication would go to the Firebase, as I said. Like I think that I would use the parts of the Firebase that would be the best in my opinion for the project I had. So basically, maybe even the Firestore and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if the like project if is more complex. I would use the custom backend with Laravel because I'm more familiar with it. I worked 5 years, so it's actually fairly fast to do anything with it. But for like these simple projects, I would definitely go with Firebase functions and Firestore and everything. It's worth it because it's much faster and it's easier to maintain. You don't need to check the servers, everything's there, and actually it's free. If nobody uses the application, it's free, so it has their benefits, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's also true. I mean, for me, the big one is I like the data integrity of saying, okay, this field is going to be this kind of data type. Like that's the thing I really like. I don't know, I'm more of a SQL person. I don't know about you. Are you what kind of database do you usually like to use?
Postgre, yeah, I used SQL, PostgreSQL. I used,
Yeah, same. I'm a big Postgres fan.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I like that better, but I mean for the game, for the application like Chill Dude, there is no sense to make all of this like just to like save some points or the nickname. So it can be helpful, but as I said, on the bigger project, I would definitely use the custom backend. I don't know. I would use PHP Laravel because I work it, but somebody else would use what he prefers, of course.
Now I'm kind of curious. So if you're going to use PHP Laravel, are you using REST? Are you using GraphQL? Are you using
REST,
gRPC?
REST.
REST. Okay, with JSON, I suppose, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, we worked for this a long time because we actually worked with Vue.js spas, like single page applications. This was my main stack for like 4 years, I think, before I switched to the Flutter. So it worked fairly well. I cannot complain. And also, like it gives you, I think it's good when people like come into the IT, into development. It's brilliant. I'm thankful to my boss, like till this day, because he gave me the server like the first day. Okay, here's your server. You can do whatever what you want with it, and actually, it makes you learn a lot. You know, when you deploy your own application, you have like access to the when you forget there is like a graphic interface that you have just a console and stuff. So you can learn a lot with the PHP also. Like I don't know setup. You set Apache, but I work with Nginx mostly, and like all the databases and stuff. I don't know, it can be fairly easy and complex at the same time. I know Laravel, you can use the Postgre and Mongo at the same time for the different type of data. If you're like collecting some events, you can just push it in the Mongo, and it has like high availability of different stuff to work with.
Yeah, I mean, using two different types of database in the same program. Of course, you can do that, but that becomes a question about which data goes to where and why.
Yeah, actually, I would just suggest that use like Mongo or some other NoSQL base when you have like just events. Maybe we used it on for the tracing on the like mobile application to follow the user, like his actions and stuff like that. We will just push that to the Mongo and just I don't know make a few charts like funnel graph or something like to see where people just like leaving the application and stuff like that, because it doesn't make sense actually to fill all of these events to the SQL base.
Yeah, I mean, Chill Dude is a pretty cool game. I thought it was interesting because yeah, I don't see a lot of games kind of coming out. I mean, there's some, but not a lot. And I thought the name was interesting, and I thought the design was actually really cool. There's a lot of the games I see. Yeah, a lot of the games. Well, it's to your girlfriend, not to you, right? Yeah, you implemented it, but she did all the design work, right?
I did the most of the design,
Oh,
so
really? I thought you said she did it. Okay, fine. Then credit goes
I
to
said
you.
she helped me, but I did.
Okay. Well, we'll see if she contacts me to let me set the record straight later. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I do like that you have like this because you did put a video of some gameplay on YouTube, and I watched it, and there's like these I don't know what you call that, glitter or like the little square confetti, I guess you
Confetti.
called it. Yeah. See, I think your English is better than mine sometimes. Confetti. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the Flutter confetti package, the most used package in Flutter. Yeah, actually. Yeah, we are joking about this, but I was in a Flutter meetup in Croatia, and me and my colleague that also works with Flutter were there, and some guy, I can't remember his name, but he like mentioned this package, and we were like blown away. And after that, every project we do, like it always has confetti in it. Yeah. Yeah, actually, we actually added in the music. Now we have the background music, and like when you collect coin, you have like the coin click sound, and when you fire rockets, they actually upgraded it fairly enough, I think. Yeah, I also wanted, because the main, like, the weirdest thing for me, that all the examples, all the games that I saw, they're all the same, more or less. I just wanted to like try something else. That is also why I said I tried to like make Mortal Kombat, because I wanted to like, okay, now we know we can all do the Flappy Bird or something like that, but can we like make a two-player that I tried finally the animated sprites and stuff like that from Flame, and it works great actually, I would say.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see Mortal Kombat in Flame. I don't know how that would look. That sounds, because Flame is very much a 2D engine, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
I,
it
I'm
would could
talking
be
about
similar
I'm
to.
talking about old Mortal Kombat. I mean, I can
Yeah,
send
yeah. That's 2D basically, so it should be possible, I guess, as long as you have the sprites, right?
yes, I can send you the link. Actually, I deployed this. Like, it's not fully active, but actually you can play. I played. Uh, you have like two players. One is moved with the arrows, one with WASD. One shoots with the space, I think. One with the left shift. I don't know. I didn't like the commands are all over the place, but I think that you can use joystick with flame. I think. I'm not sure.
Well, one thing I discovered is if you press the up key, they just go all the way up to the sky until they hit the top. But still, it's still pretty cool. And the sprite when you walk the sprite is not quite right, but it's still not bad.
Yeah, because I just like I use the like images from one page, and I didn't like spend much time to fix. I just wanted to try it, but with like, if somebody has a wheel, I think it actually can be done. So it would be cool to have like old school game like this with few characters and stuff and multiplayer. This could be multiplayer. So when I find time, I will update it. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I'm glad you could share that.
yeah, actually, the code is open source. It's on GitHub. So if somebody is watching this and wants to like uh, join in to make this game, you're welcome.
Those sprites, are they all open source, or I mean, like, is it legal to use, because that looks like the real Sub Zero?
Yeah, they're open source, but I mentioned it on the GitHub. There is like a link to the web page. There is some page that says all things about Mortal Kombat, even the arenas and stuff. You can see that the arena also seems legit. So yeah. I mean, there is work, but I think this proves it can be done. Actually, I don't know if you shoot at the ice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he shoots the ice. Yeah. I wanted to make like Sub-Zero and Liu Kang, but I didn't have time to introduce another character, so I just like cloned
Yeah, it's still cool nonetheless. I'm pretty jealous that you managed to get this far. It's pretty cool.
things. I must say once again that I'm very thankful to the guys from the Blue Fire that makes Flame. They are so responsive. They are so eager to help. I'm in contact with Lucas, and with about every question I had about Flame, he's always like great to willing to explain. Even like I started to wrote the article on Medium about this actually Mortal Kombat like example how to create it, and he also had me given me some advice on the stuff I wrote, and like that. It like is the community is really great. So I'm really thankful to be able to communicate with them, and talk with them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do know that Flame Engine is really really cool and really can do a lot. And you built the Mortal Kombat one, so that's pretty cool. I think I just need to have a try to take a look at it. I did talk to him because I just picked up a Steam Deck in December, and so I was thinking to try to make one for the Steam Deck when I
Hmm.
have a moment. But man, every day is like crazy busy, and it's draining the hell out of me. So I'm hoping to have another holiday soon, and I could sit down and have some play. If I had like a month off where I could just play on stuff that I've been wanting to do, that'd be great. That's the sad part.
Yeah, it's very easy to learn. I think if you do Flutter, and want to do game with Flame, actually you can do it in 2 days. You'll figure just like a few hours for the logic. Okay, I have component, object, like all the stuff about the component, and because everything is component. After that, actually, it's just like gameplay, whatever you want to do. There's like just two things that you need to take care of. That every component needs to be removed from the parent in some time because memory leaks and stuff, because object will go into the infinity if you don't remove it. So you need to like check, okay, I have viewport, if it goes outside the viewport, I will remove it from the stack. So like this is the only thing I think where you need to like pay attention to it, and the other is just enjoyable stuff, like just adding stuff and make it move and make it like make some idea for the gameplay. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Are you playing Mortal Kombat now?
No, no, I'm just like thinking like, man, I just got to just make time, just get into it. Everybody says it's pretty easy, and games, of course, is something I wanted to have a try on.
Yeah, because as I said, like gameplay is fairly easy and everything you want to do. So okay, like chill, dude. You have a gameplay when you play with a character. Everything else is overlay widget, and overlay widget is just a widget like anything else in the Flutter. Okay, you have like widget, you have a screen, you edit it as you want it, and you just put it as overlay on the engine. So basically, like appearance, UX, UI is very easy to do if you know Flutter, if you have done it. Like that is the best part for me. And also like in-app purchase or like ads, everything around the engine is like if you do Flutter, you know how to do it, and the engine itself is fairly easy to learn. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have more questions. Like I said, I thought the game you did was pretty cool. It looks, I mean, because there's quite a few games out there that are made, but I think yours is definitely one of the better looking ones, more professional looking than some of the others out there. And of course, I mean, confetti.
thanks.
That's top of the line. I forgot about the confetti package, so I'm thinking to add it to a client project just for fun to see what they think.
Yeah, we actually added it in the client project, I think.
Yeah, I heard you say that. It's kind of like your specialty, right? To add it to client projects and see how they act.
Yeah, like they can get mad on the confetti, it's like, oh, it's success.
Oh yeah. Well, use it sparingly, right? Don't use it too
Yeah,
much.
we actually started like I started to make the packages for the Flutter. This was my like I always wanted to contribute to the community, and with the Vue and Laravel, I was always behind because it was older, like frameworks and everything. And here, actually, I managed to do with. I did the one with for the OCR that is wrapper around the ML kit. Actually, it's well received, and some multi-select, because I don't know why. Maybe because I'm coming from the web background, but all the multi-selects that I had like were not good for me. They have two inputs or three inputs or something, so I needed to just make it like a view multi-select or something. Yeah. So
Yeah, and definitely it's really cool. So I hope you can continue working on games. You may be making the next Serious Sam. I mean, maybe the I don't know, the Vendetta Vedran or something. I don't know if you have your own character coming out.
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it absolutely. So we are now all waiting for 3D, and once when 3D will be here, well, then it will be on the loose. Like you can make a game for the. It works like Childhood also works on the web or works on the mobile phone. You can like play it or anything. So basically, you can put the exe on Steam or even for the Mac. So yeah, it will be cool.
Yeah, we had a guy on the show a while back that had a package about how to integrate with Steam or something. I forgot what it was, but I thought that was really cool because that's definitely something people are going to want to do, especially when the Steam Deck came out. I think Steam has grown even bigger, right?
Yeah.
So okay, great. Like I said, it's great to have you on. Keep me in the loop if you have any more interesting projects in Flutter coming out. And yeah, and you said you also do run some meetups, I think, in Croatia for Flutter too. I believe you said, right?
Yeah, I just created. I mean, I got the GDG chapter for Krapina, my hometown in Zagorje. So yeah, we are doing the meetups. We made Zagorje DevCon last month, so it was great. It was about 70 people, and we talk about various topics. Flutter Flame was one of it. Flutter Beamer package from Sandro was another. So yeah, I'm trying also to write a lot on Medium when I had a time, because time is only thing that we don't have. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me here. I'm delighted to be a guest, and I will actually, now I just realized I had a lot to catch up with, because I didn't know about this podcast, and I saw many interesting people here. So I will make sure to watch it.
Well, you're going to keep me busy with picking up gaming now, and I'll keep you busy with all the podcast episodes. So
Sure.
I think every week, every Wednesday, we release a new episode. So again, thanks for coming on, and yeah, hopefully you have you back on again in the future.
Hope to have a nice night. It's evening, you said.
Yeah, well, morning now. It's past midnight, but yeah.
Then have a good night's sleep.